to the Taco Cast. I'm Crystal,
Well,
your audience on this lovely Sunday. So we had a topic lined up, but we very nearly didn't have a podcast today. And we've decided that we're going to discuss that instead. And Will is going to take that off, and he's going to. I didn't English that again correctly. This is our third take. Whatever. Bill's going to discuss that.
hi everyone. I'm Will, and I'll tell you, a story about what happened to me yesterday and how I almost didn't end up here today. And the overwhelming, message that I'm trying to portray to you, the public out there who are watching this, is violence is never the answer, and you never know just how much longer on this earth you will have. So, those who watch my other channel, the 411 Now, yesterday I told everybody that I was going to go play golf yesterday with a group of friends. And I did. And I shot better, but that's not the point of the story at all. So, just as I was finishing up golfing yesterday, I received a text message from a new friend that it's kind of a new relationship, friendship that I've made. We've been talking for and chatting back and forth for a couple of months now, and every once in a while we get together, and just talk, choose shit, whatever you want to call it, um, and we play games on our phones. Sometimes when we get together because you know, we're pretty much boring people, but we want to waste time. But it gives us also something to do.
Love you, honey.
Yeah. So I agreed to meet him for and have a beer, and then I was going to go home. Usually about a half hour or so. And we'll sit there and talk, and play. If we play a game, we might be there a little bit longer. So we decided that we're sitting there and we met together outside the establishment and then walked in, and we sat down at the bar. We ordered a beer each. And then after, we ordered a beer. So about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes later, I'm sitting there and we're playing our game on our phones. And, we're talking back and forth between the two of us. He's sitting to my left. And just like that, as quick as I snapped my fingers, everything in this world changed immediately for me. I don't know why. I don't know the person. And I don't know what the circumstances are. I've been told afterwards by several other friends who were at this establishment what really took place. But I'm sitting there minding my own goddamn business, on my phone and enjoying my beer, talking with my friend while we play the game. And next thing I know, this gentleman who was two seats to my left um, attacked me. And next thing I know, I'm on the floor, and he is choking me. And he has his knees. One knee is on my chest, and the other knee is alongside me. I can't get up, and there are other people who are screaming at him to get off of me. And the next thing I know, I see like this. I get just a glimpse of someone in black or dark color because I'm on the floor in a bar on the carpet, and I see someone put their arm around this guy's neck and then yank him up and off of me. And I tried to stand up. I fell against the bar, with my head against the lower part of the bar. And then I stood up and I looked over the bar, at the top of the bar to my friend who is the waitress there, bartender. I said something like, "I didn't do anything. What the hell happened?" And then I was out. And the next thing I know, I'm on a gurney on the way to the hospital. The EMTs had picked me up, because I guess I blacked out. He had choked me that long that just nothing was right. And everything from there on is kind of fuzzy until I was in the CT machine. They're doing a scan on me, uh, and nothing. I mean, my head hurts so bad, and so does the back of my neck and my throat on one side. I have no idea why this guy assaulted me. I have I never talked to him. I don't know him. I've never seen him before in my life. And according to the bartender and my friend of mine and other witnesses who were there, this guy was having an issue all night long with every patron in the bar, and they hadn't kicked him out yet. And he was being, just you pick the word, insert the word here that you prefer, asshole, jerk, whatever to everybody. And he was mad at another person, and it wasn't me. And why did he attack me? Nobody knows. But from the conversations that I've had this morning from those, friends of mine who, were there or knew about the event, because I go to this place quite a bit, with other friends, is he he was arrested there. He After he knocked me onto the floor, he had used a bar stool to actually physically knock me onto the floor and out of my chair. Now, these aren't wooden bar stools, they're made out of metal, and they're high backed, and covered in vinyl. The 1970s decor of this place is that's why she calls it a dive.
That's not why I call it a dive. I call it a dive because it's a dive.
I don't know if you guys can hear her or not, but she says she calls it a dive because it's a dive. But he hit me with that. That knocked me to the floor. And then so they arrested him. They charged him with 2 felonies: assault, and assault with a deadly weapon, being the bar stool. I guess he had some outstanding warrants or something as well. Now, I can't confirm any of that. That's just what people were texting me. The bartender texted me he was arrested in '86 for life from the place. She's like, you were just sitting there playing your game like you guys normally do on your phones. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? She goes, and I'm like, I don't know him. I've never seen this guy before in my life. So, in the blink of an eye, my life changed, and it could have been a lot worse. And I'll survive, and that this body will heal up from what he did. But right now, I'm in quite a bit of pain. All right, back to you, Crystal. Any questions?
I found out about this yesterday evening. I was out with some girls from the hospital I used to work at. We got together, and it has been a really long time since I've been out in a social setting. We've been on lockdown for a very long time, and I'm not a big alcohol drinker, so I was a little bit over my limit for alcohol. Because again, I haven't been out in a really long time, so I was like, oh yeah, I think 3 Long Islands is a great idea.
What?
And 3 Long Islands is not a great idea.
That's a great idea if that's what your intentions were. But
Yeah, except for it wasn't.
well, I mean, normally you drink mojitos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And 3 mojitos wouldn't be an issue. I kind of forgot that Long Islands have like 3 shots in them. I think
I don't know.
they have a lot of alcohol. Anyways, I found out about this. I got a call from Will while I was out with the girls, and I was having a really hard time understanding what he was saying. He called me after he was discharged from the hospital, um, and he's like, "Come get me," and I was like, "I can't. I can't even get myself. Tamara's got to get me." And he's like, it wasn't working out well because somebody with a concussion and somebody who's had 3 Long Island iced teas, they're not going to communicate well. I wasn't entirely sure what was even happening until an hour later when my friend, who was the designated driver, dropped me off at home. And then
I'm sure I wasn't making a whole lot of sense myself.
yeah, and then I come home and my mother, who had been watching the tiny one while Will and I were out, has got an ice pack on his head. There's a big old thick discharge packet, with
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened. Um, yeah, I was sitting there in the ER, and they're, all these people are checking me, and everything else. They're, does this hurt? Does this hurt? How about this? What other, injuries do you have? And I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this really cool officer who I've never met before. Now we know through Crystal and myself professionally, we know a lot of people in law enforcement, but I've never met this individual before. Really nice guy. And I'm trying to make sense of it all, and he goes, "How many did you have to drink?" And I'm like, "Not much at this point. I'm in so much pain," but I wasn't making any sense at all to anybody. And I guess that from what the doctor said, is they kept me for quite a while for observation from the time that this happened till you. I got home a little bit before you, like 9, 10, somewhere in there. But I was there for quite a while. They were like, and then when I tried to stand up, it was like my equilibrium was just jacked up. I couldn't. Everything was messed up. And these are not even my normal glasses. These are my backup pair because they can't find my glasses. They can't find my hat. So they think either the EMTs have it or the hospital has it someplace, but nobody knows where it is, where they are. So
I'm sure you guys can hear me just fine. Will is starting to lose hearing in one ear, and he's insisting that he's not.
I'm in denial. That's what she says. I can hear her perfectly fine when she speaks up.
Yeah, because you're hearing me in the other ear.
I know, right?
I love you, babe.
So I hope your weekend went better than ours. Waiting to end this on something. Is there anything that you'd like to add? Words of wisdom?
You should avoid bars that your wife thinks are a little on the sketch-tastic side.
We'll go with that. So the message that Chris would like to end on is stay away from sketchy bars. But sketchy bars is where I like to be.
He does enjoy his sketchy bars.
Cheaper drinks. Apparently, you get a cheaper quality of people too.
No, hold on. Cheaper drinks. Okay. I can respect that.
Yeah. So that's it for today.
I hope everybody has a good weekend.